Okay, so today we're going to look at 3 of Allan's limited production long primers. Just take a look at them, see how neat they are. So the first one we're going to do is the 53BL. It's not the 53NB, which is the navy blue, which you can get now, because that's made of Highland goat skin. This is the 53BL, which is made of calf skin. I don't know if you can decipher that there, but it says calf skin, vice goat skin. Here's the text. Let me see if you guys can, if I can get that in focus there. I'll take a picture of it and put it up later, but it's the 400th King James Version, Anniversary Edition. So King James had been around for 400 years, so they made 400 of these. It's blue calf skin. It's gold under blue under gold art gilding with three red ribbons. Quite nice, quite nice. Very smooth, not quite as supple as the Highland goat skin. So there's 400 of those. Next would be the 53 Com. So this is a long primer also. And this is for the 150th anniversary of R.L. Allan producing Bibles. So this happens to be a King James also. So it's a 53 Com. There were 150 of these made in the King James Long Primer and 150 made in the ESV. The reason, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But it's a mahogany. It's a goat skin, not a Highland goat skin. Very, very shiny sheen to it, and it just seems like a different grain than the Highland goat skin. As you can see, this is more of a uniform grain, whereas though this isn't a long primer right here, this is a Allan HCSB. This is the typical grain of Allan's. I don't know if you can see the difference, but what I'll try to do is take a picture of all of them and see if we can get all the grains on there. For instance, here's the 53BL. You can see how smooth it is, that calf skin. And then, of course, here's the typical Highland goat skin. And then this is the 53 Com's goat skin. And then lastly, we're going to have the rarest of the long primers. It's the Diamond Jubilee edition. So this is the 60th anniversary of Allan making the long primer. Beautiful Bible. There's only 60 of them because it was their 60th anniversary. This is in a buffalo grain Highland goat skin, so it's got a stamped grain on it. It's probably the most supple and smoothest of every Allan I've ever had right out of the box. As you can see, it's Highland goat skin. I really like the silver gilding, and it's really my favorite color as far as the art gilt. It's blue under silver art gilt, which I'm begging Allan to do in some other versions. I'd love to see some blue under silver art gilt with maybe a black Highland goat skin just on other versions. I'm a huge fan of the NAS, but hey, in the ESV as well, that's a pretty popular one. I'd love to see that. So what I was talking about earlier is versions. Okay, so since this is the 60th anniversary of the long primer, you could only get the Diamond Jubilee in the long primer. And there were 60 of those made. This is number, it's got a stamp on it, 41 of 60. Yeah. The Diamond Jubilee Edition, 53 DGA. Sorry, it's not really focusing well. But let's see here. Oh, and it has 3 ribbons, red, white, and blue. And I don't know, you can consider that the colors of the British flag or the American flag. I don't know, but it's, there we go. And then the 53BL was also only in long primer. There were only 400 in the long primer, and that's because it was the 400th anniversary of the King James Version, and the long primer is more popular than the ruby or the blackface or any of the other King James Version Allan Bibles. So 60 of these in the Longprimer, 400 of these in the Longprimer, and then since it was Allan's 150th anniversary, they made 150 of the Longprimers of the commemorative editions, and they made 100 of the ESV, 150 of the ESV. So there's 150 Longprimers of this and 150 ASVs. I guess you can consider it 300 total commemorative editions. But if you, for this Longprimer trifecta, there's only 150 of these. So again, 60, 400, and 150. And just, you can see all the different grains right there. And then this is a typical Allan grain here. You can see how much sheen there is on the commemorative edition. You can really see the let's get up close, the grain of the buffalo grain of the Highland goatskin of the Diamond Jubilee, the 53 DJ. It's really imprinted in there. The calfskin of the 53 BL, as you can see, most of the grain smoothed out. It's very smooth, like the commemorative edition, except the commemorative edition is a little bit stiffer than is the 53 BL, and it's also got some shine to it. And then, like I said, this is the typical. I own a few other Allans, let's say, and this is the typical Highland goatskin grain. So that's it. There you go. That's a review of some of Allan's limited production Bibles. I wonder if they have any other ones besides these that are limited production. I don't know.